Hello and welcome. My name is Marianne Douglas and I'm the Recreation Assistant for Whole Health in Grand Island. And I'd like to welcome you to your chair yoga class. Welcome. Today we're going to get started with a little meditation. Then I'm going to get you through to start moving the body to warm up. And then we're going to do some poses to stretch the body. Then after that we're going to come right back to meditation. So go ahead and join me by scooting the tushy up on the top of the chair, just to the front of the chair. Placing those feet nice and flat onto the floor. Toes are pointed forward, and if you like, lift up those toes and try to separate those toes to put them down onto the mat, just to get that full effect of rooting down into the earth. Maybe 2 fists in between the knees. That's approximately hip distance apart. Lifting up high through the crown of the head as if you're being pulled up with a golden thread. Little slight tuck of the chin as you do so, and maybe a little slight tuck of the tailbone forward, just so you can really start engaging that core. Relax those hands anywhere on the lap. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. And let's breathe and drop in. Just inhaling and exhaling any way you like. Nose or mouth. As you're breathing, maybe noticing what your breath is feeling like today. Is your breath feeling short and choppy? Or is it feeling nice and smooth? And just like a scientist or an outside observer, we're having no judgment on our breath and what we can do. We're just noticing and just taking that time to notice. Now, if you like, you can start inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Your best filter for breathing. Maybe starting to elongate those inhales and those exhales. Maybe those inhales are getting a little deeper into the lungs, into the belly, expanding the belly. And as you exhale, you deflate the belly, drawing that navel in toward the spine. Keep breathing. Keep being. So as you continue to breathe, you're warming up the diaphragm. You're warming up the core. You're getting yourself ready. You're dropping into this present moment. Making your mind full of the breath. And that's mindful. You're being mindful. Now we're going to take it nice and easy. Maybe your eyes are closed. Maybe I'm just leading you with my words. But you're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. We're going to start off with little micro movements. Just starting to warm up from the top of the body. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom. So just breathing and letting the head just hang to the side. Your head is heavy enough. We have gravity pushing down on it. As you continue breathing. Now slowly bring that head back to center. And then drop that left ear over to your left shoulder. Just to open up the right side of your neck as you continue to breathe. And just be. Feeling the weight of the head. Now you could bring that head back to center. And now you could bring your chin to your chest. And just relax all those muscles back there. I know we tend to always hold all our tension in the back of the neck. So now we're just going with gravity. Letting gravity take hold of the back of the neck as we do this. And now very slowly, with the tip of our nose, we're going to start working all the parts of the neck by making a tiny little circle with our nose, maybe going clockwise. Just drawing that circle. You might hear some popping, some adjusting going on in that neck. Just working those calcium products. And then go the other direction. You can take it nice and slow. You can keep the eyes closed if you need to, or open the eyes, whatever feels right for you. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring those fingertips, just the pads of those fingers on the back of the head. Keeping those palms off the head, and we're just adding a little weight with those fingertips. Drawing that head down and maybe drawing those elbows toward each other. Just for now. So just breathing. And now inhale, and we're going to open up those elbows to the sides of the room and lift that chin off the chest and maybe gaze up, protecting that head with those fingertips. And then as you exhale, you're rounding the spine, you're tucking in the chin, and you're bringing those elbows toward each other. Not adding too much weight to the back of the head. And let's do that again. Inhaling, opening up that chest. Maybe arching the spine this time as you gaze up and those elbows to the sides of the room. And then exhale, round, round, round. And this I'm going to have you stay rounded. You're going to bring your hands onto your kneecaps and continue being rounded through the spine, but rock your torso back just a little bit so you can feel a great stretch in that low back as you breathe and just be. Now feel as if those shoulder blades are being separated as you're doing this, rocking back. And now, what we're going to do, we're going to drive that chest forward nice and slow, and we're going to slide those hands back toward those hips. And we're going to squeeze those elbows toward the back of the room and maybe arch that spine. These are called your cat-cows. This is your cow. And now we're going to go into cat. We're going to slide those hands onto those knees again, round the spine and tucking the chin. Exhaling. Let's do that again with the cow. We're going to bring those hands back to the hips, squeeze those elbows to the back, send that chest forward, maybe gaze up, arching the spine. And let's go back into cat. Exhaling as you bring those hands back on those kneecaps, surrounding the spine and tucking in the chin. Now bring that body back to neutral. And let's start hugging that right knee into the chest. So you can interlace those fingers underneath your right leg and lift it up. And now we're going to start kicking. So go ahead and kick that right leg out and then bend it. And you can start using your breath along with this by inhaling as you're bending and exhaling as you kick. Inhale and exhale. Just getting that back of the leg nice and ready to start stretching. We're warming it up. Beautiful. Now keep it kicked out. And now point and flex. No matter how high you are, it's exactly where you need to be. You could be nice and low as you do this. You're going to hear some snap, crackle, pop. And now, go ahead and start turning that ankle, turning that foot, making little circles in, and then circle out. And now squeeze all those toes together. And now separate those toes, or try to separate those toes. And now squeeze, and then try to separate them. And go ahead and release and relax, and let's do the same thing on the other side. Interlacing underneath that left, lifting up that left knee. Relax those shoulders down away from the ears, and let's start kicking. Kicking out on the exhale, inhaling as you bend. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. One more. Beautiful. Now keep it kicked out and point and flex. Just pointing and flexing. And notice, as you point and flex, when you're flexing, you can see that shin just starting to get nice and worked up, and it's nice and strong. And as you point, it's the calf. We're going to be using that later, so we're just making that observation now. So now make those turns with your ankle. You can turn out and then in. And now squeeze those toes together, and now separate. And then squeeze again and separate. And you could go ahead and release and relax. All right. So now we are ready. We're starting to get ready. We're going to relax those arms along our sides, and let's go straight into some sun salutations. We're first going to come into a mountain pose. Our feet are nice and flat on the floor, knees and ankles in the same exact line. Send energy down into those fingertips. Lift up high through the crown of the head. And now sweep those arms over the head with a big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, release through the heart and the head. So fan out those arms like an airplane. Palms are pointed down. You're hinging at the hips and you're releasing through the heart and maybe through the head as low as you want to go, and release those arms down as low as they want to go as well. Now bring those hands to the mid part of your shins of your legs and inhale for a half lift, lifting up the crown of the head just to a 45-degree angle with that torso. And your shoulders are away from the ears. And now exhale, releasing to a forward fold, releasing that heart and the head. And now airplane arms come out. What we're going to do, we're going to swan dive back up. Flip those palms up. Push through those feet to lift up, drawing that navel in toward the spine. Lead with your forehead. Bring those palms together at the top, and then bring prayer to the heart as you exhale. Now let's do that again. Inhale, send prayer up into the sky. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, releasing through the heart and the head. Those arms come into the airplane, coming all the way down or as low as you want to go into your forward fold. Bring those hands into the mid part of your shins and inhale for a half lift, lifting up the crown of the head to the front of the room, shoulders away from the ears, torso 45-degree angle. Exhale, release into your forward fold. Airplane out those arms. Flip those palms up and come on up, pushing through both feet, rising on up and bringing those hands up into prayer at the top. And then bring prayer to the heart as you exhale. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale, send prayer up into the sky. Exhale, folding forward, hinging from the hips, releasing through the heart and the head. Hands come to mid part of the shins of the legs, and inhale for a half lift. Exhale, release. Now this time, make those hands go down to the shins or ankles and grab on. We're going to do some windmills. You're going to take your right arm to the right and maybe up. Maybe your gander or your gaze is over to your right thumb. And then exhale, bringing it back down and grab onto that shin or ankle. And let's do the same thing on the left. Left hand comes out to the side and then up. Maybe you're gazing up to your left thumb if you like, and then bring it on down. And now we're coming back to seated. So airplane out those arms, flip those palms up, push through both feet to rise back up, sweeping those arms over the head, and then bringing prayer to the heart as you exhale. All right, now we're ready. So interlace those fingers. We're going to place those hands behind the head, and we're going to open up that chest with a big inhale. Big inhale, maybe arching the spine. And as you exhale, bring those interlaced hands to the front. Flip those palms forward. Press them toward the front of the room. Round the spine and tuck in the chin into the chest, separating those shoulder blades. Now as you inhale, lift those interlaced hands over the head. And then release those hands down along your sides as your arms just sweep down as you exhale. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time. Bringing those arms forward, interlacing. Place them behind the head. Inhale as you open up the chest, arching the spine. Then bring those interlaced hands to the front, flip them forward, and exhale as you round the spine and tuck in the chin. And then inhale again as you're lifting up those interlaced hands over the head. And then exhale as you release those arms along your sides. Now let's add some leans. We're going to inhale, sweep up both arms into a victory pose. Now you're going to release your right arm down and you're going to lean over to your right. Both hands up again, victory pose, inhale. And exhale as you lean over to the left. Maybe gazing down to the floor. Inhale again, and let's do that again with a lean to the right. Let's inhale again and exhale as you lean to the left. Beautiful. Now bring both arms up. Then bring them and sweep them down along your sides. Now we're going to incorporate that lean along with our sun salutation. So back to mountain pose. Now take a big inhale and fan those arms up. Beautiful. Fold forward, hinging it from the hips and releasing through the heart and the head. Half lift. Hands come to those shins. Inhale for a half lift. Crown of the head forward, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. Now grab onto those shins or ankles. Take that right arm to the side and up to your right windmill. And then exhale, release. And now the left windmill. Exhale, release. Now airplane out those arms. Sweep them up over the head, but stay at a victory pose when you come back up to seated. Now lean to the right. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep those arms up, and exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Now this time we're going to hold victory pose. Drop those shoulders away from the ears, tuck that belly button in, and maybe do a slight tuck of that tailbone forward as you do so. So now you're engaging that core. You're pushing through both feet. Now bring those arms out to the side like an airplane, but your fingertips are up. Now we're going to add some leans to the right. So you're going to push that right wall. But keep in mind, keep that left hip down on the chair. What this is starting to do, you're engaging your core, you're engaging your obliques as you do so. Now, don't hold your breath. Continue breathing. Flip that right palm up. Now see if you could flip that left palm up and then bring it on over as if you're going to hold the world on your right. Ho ho! At any time, if you'd like, you could release that left arm to your side again. But that is completely up to you. You're engaging that core. Draw that navel in towards your spine. Release those shoulders down away from the ears. Keep it here for about 2 more breaths. Keep breathing. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Victory pose. Woo! Beautiful job. Sweep those arms down. Oh, let's roll those shoulders. Just rolling those shoulders, giving them a little comfort. Now we're going to try the same thing on the other side. So take those arms out like an airplane. Fingertips are pointing up and you're pushing 2 imaginary walls now. Now, lean to your left. Remember, keep in mind, push down with that right hip down into your chair. Okay, you're engaging that core. Now flip that left palm up. Now turn that right palm up and hold the world on the left. Hold it. Draw that navel in toward the spine. Release those shoulders down away from the ears. Continue breathing, being mindful of the breath. And if we keep in mind, keeping our mind full, we're just thinking of our breath, making our mind full of just thinking of the breath. That's being mindful. So continue breathing. I'm trying to keep your mind off of this. Keep it just a little longer. One more breath. Victory pose. Exhaling up to victory pose. Release those arms along your sides. Beautiful job. Make some shoulder rolls. Nice job. All right, now we're going to add some twists. Now, keep in mind, keep your knees forward. Now bring your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Right hand right behind us on the seat. Inhale with a long, strong spine. And as you exhale, looking over that right shoulder. But do me a favor, take a little gander at your knees. Make sure that one knee is not coming forward as we twist. Try to keep them nice and even as we do so. And just breathe here. We have 4 breaths here, just inhaling, long, strong spine. Exhaling, maybe adding a little extra twist. Just breathe. We have 2 more breaths here. Last one. Then slowly coming back to center. And now the other side. Bring that right hand on the outside of that left thigh. Left hand right behind us on the seat. Big inhale, long, strong spine. And exhale, looking over that left shoulder. And just breathe in. Keeping in mind those knees, trying to keep them nice and even, Steven, with each other. As we breathe. Feeling that activation of the spine as we inhale, making it nice, long, and strong. And as we exhale, maybe adding a little extra twist. One more breath. Beautiful, coming back to center. All right. So now, we've already done all that. We're going to put all that together. Sun salutation again. Come back into your mountain. Send your fingertips down toward the ground. That helps those shoulders stay away from the ears. Now, sweep up those arms over the head. Big inhale. Exhale, fold forward. You can swan dive down, leading with the heart and the chest and the head. Inhale for a half lift. Hands come to the shins, inhaling for a half lift. Crown of the head forward, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. Slide those hands down to the shins or ankles and hang on. Take that right arm to the right for a right windmill and up. Inhaling. Exhaling down, grab on. And now the left. Left one to the side and up. Inhale. Exhale down. Airplane out those arms. Push through both feet. Flip those palms up and rise back up, but stay at a victory pose because we're going to put it all together. Now lean to the right. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale up. Now add that twist to the right. Left hand on that right thigh, right hand right behind us. Inhale and exhale, looking over. Now inhale back to victory pose. And exhale, twisting to the left. And then come back to victory pose. And this time, what you're going to do, you're going to hinge from the hips, coming forward to a 45-degree angle. This is representing your chair, your balance hold here. Now draw that navel in toward the spine. At any time, if this is too much for those shoulders, you could always come down to prayer or even down to flight. That's completely up to you. But release those shoulders away from the ears. Draw that navel in. Hold it here. And those of us who want to take it up a notch, come up on those toes. Lift those heels up. And maybe come forward just a little bit more. Try not to rest that belly on your thighs. And just breathe, looking down toward the floor. And just breathing. Working that core, working the back, working the obliques, working the front, everything. We're working everything, even the backs of those legs as we're up on those toes. And then relax. Sit back up into your victory pose. Relax those heels down and relax those arms along your sides. Beautiful job. Now, give me a cactus. So now we're going to make those arms into cactus. Now we're going to bring your right arm to the front, karate chop arm. Then we're going to bring that left arm underneath. And what you're going to do, you're going to give yourself a little hug and notice your right elbow is above that left elbow. So now, go ahead and crisscross the left leg over the right. Sit up nice and tall, and if you feel like it's too much to crisscross at the top of the leg, maybe crisscross at the bottom of the leg, as long as those legs are squeezing in together. So now take a big inhale, lift up those elbows off the chest, and then twist to your right. Beautiful. That's going to start stretching out the backs of those shoulders. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twist to the left. Beautiful. Now inhale back to center, and exhale, twist to the right, but look to the left. Woohoo! Inhale back to center, and exhale, twist to the left and look to the right. Oh, give me one more like that. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twist to the right, look to the left. And inhale back to center, and twist to the left and look to the right. Wonderful job. Come back to center, release those arms along your side, shake it all out, and release those legs. Let's try the other side. Come back into cactus. Left arm, karate chop arm in the front. Right arm sweeps underneath. Give yourself a hug. Now, sit up nice and tall and crisscross applesauce on the right side or on the ankle. You choose. Lift up those elbows off the chest as you inhale. And now as you exhale, twist to the left, looking over to the left. Inhale back to center and twist to the right. As you exhale, don't forget about squeezing those legs together. Inhale back to center and exhale, twisting to the left but gazing over to the right. And inhale back to center and exhale as you gaze over to the left and twist to the right. One more time. Inhale back to center and exhale as you twist and looking in the opposite direction. And one more. Inhale and then exhale. Wonderful job. Go ahead and release and relax. And scoot the tushy all the way to the back of your chair because we're going to use it. We're going to lean back. We're going to bring those arms forward. Open up those wings of those arms. Press the backs of those hands to the back of the room. Use that backrest of your chair. Maybe gaze up and tuck in that chin maybe. And just let gravity take hold of your chest as you inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Just reminding our body how open it can be, how open our hearts can be. Wonderful job. Now come back to a neutral spine. Bring those hands on those kneecaps and scoot that tushy forward. You can open up your stance. Now, same thing that we did with our narrow stance. We're going to do cat-cows. What we're going to do, you're going to slide those hands to those hips, squeeze those elbows toward each other. You're going to arch spine, maybe gaze up, inhale. And then as you exhale, slide them on those knees, round the spine and tuck in the chin. One more, inhaling, sliding it back. And exhaling, rounding. Coming back to a neutral spine, bring your stance back in. And let's interlace those fingers underneath that right thigh like we did before. But this time, flex the toe toward the knee. Now that's going to protect your knee. What we're going to do is a seated pigeon. You could bring that right shin of your leg over to the left thigh if you like, or you could cross at the ankle. But if it feels like you can bring it up here, but you have no room, really, you could straighten out that left leg. That gives you a little extra room that way. So you choose. Now hold on to your shin with both hands. Sit up nice and tall and stick out that chest out and proud. And if you like, you could even bring that right hand in the inner thigh, that right leg, and press it away from you. So take a big inhale. And exhale, hinging forward at the hips, releasing to the heart, and maybe even the head. Why not? And just breathe. This stretch is such a great stretch for any of us that drive a lot. If you're sitting down behind your desk a lot, you get sciatic nerve pain. This is the stretch. It stretches that muscle that goes over your sciatic nerve. So this is the best stretch for it. So keep on breathing. Keep on releasing. And at any time it gets too hard to breathe, that means we're taking it too low or too hard. So just lay off just a little bit. Be kind to your body. Show your body patience. Beautiful. Coming back to a seated position. You could interlace those fingers outside of that right knee, drawing it toward the chest, and maybe even bring that right foot a little closer to your left hip. Give it a big old hug. You could stay here, or you could take that left arm out to the side, hug it around that right thigh. Bring that right hand right behind us on the seat itself. Take a big inhale, long, strong spine, and exhale, twisting over, looking over that right shoulder. And just breathe. And notice that I actually lost feeling in my toe, so I need to make sure that I'm protecting my knee. So we flex that foot again as we're still twisting. And then relax and release. Just releasing that leg, coming back to center, and let's do the same thing on the left. Lifting it up, flexing that toe toward the knee. And then if you like, bring that left shin over to the right thigh into your pigeon. So if this is ever too much, remember you could straighten out that bottom leg or you could cross at the ankle. Now bring your left hand in the inner thigh and press it away from you, sitting up nice and tall, sticking out that chest out and proud. Give me a big inhale and exhale, hinging forward at the hips, releasing through the heart and the head. And just breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. You're going to notice that one side's a little tighter than the other. That's normal. That's how we're made. Sometimes we're nice and even Steven, but not always. So just keep breathing, keep working. And slowly coming back up, nice and slow. Interlacing those fingers outside of that left thigh. Maybe bring that left foot a little closer to that right hip. Hug it in nice and close. And you could always stay here and just twist looking over to the left. Or you could take that right arm out, hug it around, sit up nice and tall, and take that left hand right behind you on your actual seat. Take a big inhale and an exhale, looking over that left shoulder. And just breathe here. This really stretches out that hip into that low back. Breathing, being mindful of our breath. Beautiful. Coming back to center, release that leg, shake everything out. Nice job. Bring those hands on your lap. Move those shoulders around because we're down to our last one. We're actually second to the last move that we're going to make, or pose we're going to have. First, we're going to take that right leg forward because we're going to stretch out the backs of those legs. Dig in that heel, grab onto your seat. Or you could bring your hands on your left thigh, whichever you like. Give me a big inhale, long, strong spine, and stick out that chest. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, releasing through the heart and the head. And just feeling that great stretch behind that right leg. We're getting close to the end as we're moving through our poses. We're making our legs nice and even now that we stretched them out, stretched out the hips. Now pushing through both palms on your left lap. Come on up, back to seated. Bend that right knee, place that foot back underneath you, and take that left foot forward. Dig in that heel. Toes are pointed up into the sky. Both hands on your right thigh. Stick out that chest and hinge at the hips and release to the heart and the head. And just breathe into the back of that left leg now. I'm going to wipe off the sweat because I'm actually sweating. So yes, still works even though we're taking everything slow. It's because we're breathing. We're making our body work harder as you breathe. You're burning more calories when you breathe. The more oxygen you take in, the more calories you burn. Beautiful. Pushing through both hands to come back up to seated. Bend that left knee. Place it back underneath you. Now let's do one more sun salutation just to get us going. Come back into your mountain pose. Big inhale, fan up those arms over the head. Hinge at the hips, release to the heart and the head. Swan diving down into a forward fold. Hands come to your mid part of your shins of your legs and inhale for a half lift. Exhale, release. Slide those hands down to the shins or ankles and grab on. Windmill on the right. Right arm comes out to the side and up. Exhale, release. Windmill to the left. Left arm comes to the side and up. Exhale, release. Airplane out those arms. Flip those palms up and lift up, sweeping them over the head as you come back up to seated. Staying at a victory pose. Let's lean to the right. Victory pose, inhaling and exhale, lean to the left. Victory pose and exhale as you twist to the right. You learned this one already. Victory pose as you inhale and exhale as you twist to the left. Bringing those hands on the knees and now cat-cow. Send that heart forward. Send those palms toward your hips. Inhale and exhale. Round the spine, tuck in the chin. One more like that. Inhale And exhale. Now you incorporated everything you learned today. Coming back to a neutral spine, scoot back your tushy, relax those arms anywhere you like. You can relax the hands on the lap with the palms down if you feel a little bit more grounded, or if you need more grounding, or if you feel like you need a little bit more energy, maybe the palms are up. And now, close the eyes, soften the gaze, relax the spine to the back of the chair. And now we're just going to I'm going to wipe some sweat off my face and just be. And this pose is called Shavasana. It's corpse pose. It's made to bring our bodies back to homeostasis. So the more that we relax, the more we get our body out of fight or flight and more into rest and digest. So what that means for you is the more we relax, the more calories we can burn throughout the day, because our body is able to process the food that we eat. So just relax and just breathe. Relaxing through the eyes, relaxing through the cheeks, relaxing through the jaw by creating space in between the teeth. Maybe even relaxing the tongue by unsticking it from the roof of the mouth. And just relax and breathe as we relax through those shoulders, through those arms, through those hands and fingers. Relax. Relaxing through the spine, to the top of the spine, the mid-spine, the low spine. Relaxing through those hips, letting them get nice and heavy into your chair. And relaxing through those thighs, the front and the back. Relaxing through those shins and calves. And those feet and toes, relax. Just for the last few moments of your practice, nowhere to be and nothing to do but yoga. So just be and breathe. Enjoying this last few moments of class. Just to breathe. So as you feel like you're getting heavier into your chair, just relax in the body just a little more. Now, if you like, you can start inhaling a little deeper. Exhaling a little bit more complete. Nose or mouth. Inhale again, nice and deep. Maybe let it go with a sigh through the mouth. One more like that, driving life back into our bodies. Inhale. Big exhalation. Wiggling those toes and fingers, coming back to a regular breath. Maybe you may keep those eyes closed if you like. And bring those hands at the heart center in prayer. Adding a little bow to our head to give our body respect and gratitude for making it on our mat today. And I too want to give you respect and gratitude. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Hope you had fun. I hope you learned lots. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And as we always say in yoga, anytime we do yoga together, our souls become one. So we pay honor and respect to each other's souls by saying namaste. So namaste. Our practice is over. Thank you.